Welcome back to my channel. It is Candace with a K here, where I normally talk books, beauty, and kicks. It's time to talk about my most anticipated books of 2025. Now, this is a very short list, and it really only encompasses the first half of the year, but I'm eager to read these bad boys, and some of them I already have copies of, so be on the lookout of when I drop my review. Let's get into it. Taking a short break in this video to let you know that the theme for 2025 is health and wellness, and I'm relying on Black Girl Vitamins to help me do just that. I recently picked up these vitamins that are going to help me be the best that I can be this year. So, of course, I got the collagen powder, which will help with gut and also making sure that I look my young, youthful self. Now, I also got the vitamin D supplement as well as the hair, skin, and nail supplement. These are both gummies and they are absolutely delicious and they are perfect to add to my vitamin routine. Once again, the theme is health and wellness, and I'm doing everything to make sure that I'm my best self this year. You can use the code Candace20 to also get a discount from Black Girl Vitamins. The link and the code will be in the description box down below. Be sure to go get yours today. Before I start talking about my anticipated reads, be sure to go follow Candace with the K Reads, because that is where I drop everything about what I'm reading, what I felt about the book, but it's also where I give little hints at what books we're reading a part of my book club. Now, what book club are you asking? It's called For the Lovers, okay? It is a romance book club where we only read romance books. And that could be from Black authors, white authors, green authors, yellow authors. As long as it's lovey-dovey and long as it makes you get in your feels, we're going to read it. I will be sure to have the sign up link down below for where you can join that book club. But For the Lovers has been just kind of really a passion project of mine, because I like to read romance books and I like to connect with other people who also love romance. We meet every second Wednesday of the month, and I normally give the books out 2 months in advance. Okay, so on Candace with the K Reads on Instagram, you will be able to see which books we're reading for the next 2 months. Now, I've yet to drop the February and March books because we are still in the voting phase, but when those drop, guess where you're gonna find them? Candace with the K Reads. So go ahead over there and make sure you follow. Alice Finney is my girl, right? I read Daisy Darker, and that was one of my favorite books because it was just the perfect thriller suspense. I was into it. She's about to drop a book this month that I'm really excited to read. Now, I don't know much about it because I'm not looking into what the book is about. That's not what I do. That's not the type of reader I am. However, if I like the author, I'm going to read the book. So if I like the author, I'm going to read the book. And that's exactly what's going to happen here, because Alice Finney is dropping Beautiful Ugly on January 14th. I'm ready for it. Another book that I cannot wait to read is Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. I'm going to give you a little tidbit that I've already started this book, and so far I am absolutely loving it because her writing style is absolutely spectacular. That woman knows how to write a book. And I thoroughly enjoy Black Cake, so I am so excited to see how this story concludes. Right now, I'm going to give you a little hint. It's a little messy and good mess, so good dirt. But I think the way that the story is going to come together is going to be spectacular, and I'm actually on the edge of my seat as I'm reading this because I just know it's going to be good. Like, she definitely writes from a visual standpoint, so I can already envision how this book is going to adapt so well to screen. So I'm excited for this one. Good Dirt comes out on January 28th, so be sure to put it on your TBR. And now, calling all my romance girlies, I'm excited for the third installment of this series, which is The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. Now, you might have heard of The Neighbor Favor, you may have heard of The Partner Plot, and now we are getting the third installment of The Third Sister, and I think this one is going to be cute, just off the bat, because it has to do with music, it has to do with kind of like a hint of celebrity and fame, and I love that, and I like Christina's kind of ease to her writing, so it's just like feels, and I'm all here for that. I actually have an early copy of this book that I plan to start this week. So I hope that I will also be able to bring forth a review on this one, because I just know it's going to give. Like, I know it is. I know it is. The Love Lyric is going to be released on February 4th. Now, this is a curveball in my anticipated reads, but allegedly there will be bonus material in this re-release, and that is Confessions of a Video Vixen. Now, when Corinne Superhead Steffens came on the scene, she was the most chaotic. She was just messy, but it was good. And I read this probably like in high school, and so this is coming upon the 20th anniversary of this book, which I can't even believe it's been 20 years. And so in this re-release, we're going to get maybe new mess, maybe revisited mess. Maybe she's going to, I don't know, she took a lot of accountability of how she moved through her own life. So maybe it's just some more introspection that we're going to get. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm ready for it. And so with the release, it's going to come out on March 4th. One of my favorite books last year was When I Think of You by Maya Angelou, and I am so excited to read this new book, No Ordinary Love, which is going to come out on April 1st. I also have an advanced copy of this book, and I hope that I could get to it kind of sooner than later. I absolutely loved her writing style, and When I Think of You was just so dreamy for me. I know a lot of people were indifferent about it. A lot of people didn't really like it. I loved it. And I thought it was a great balance of romance, but also contemporary fiction, so that you didn't get lost in the romance, because there was all these other stories simultaneously happening. And I'm excited for this one. So I hope that I could get to this one very soon, so I could also provide my review. Now, this author for me is an auto-buy. I don't care what she writes. She could write a children's book. She could write one sentence, and I'm going to read it, and that's Jasmine Guillory. And I am anticipating and hoping and really expecting this one to be good, but it will be my first like woman-on-woman romance, which I believe is like sapphic. Is that what they call? I don't know. But I don't know how I'm going to really feel about that, so to speak. But I'm still going to read it because it's Jasmine Guillory, and I love her, and I love her writing, and I love that how she expresses love. So I'm looking forward to this one. This one will be released on April 8th. And of course, I'm going to be seated. So this is a true Hive member right here. Okay. I've been Hive for years, decades at this point. So Mama Tina is coming out with her book this year, The Matriarch. And I know that it's not about Beyonce. It's not even about Solange, but she is their mother, and I'm going to support any part of the family. Okay. I do think Mama Tina holds an interesting position because she not only has one superstar child, she has two, and really technically three if we consider Kelly, but she's also been able to position herself as someone that's still very grounded. Okay. Because that's my Capricorn sister. And so I am looking forward to her perspective being on the inside, but still on the outside, because she's not a musician, but she is creative. So just hearing how it was to navigate keeping, you know, your teenage daughter protected in such a volatile industry. I hope we get a little bit of that. I would love to also hear a little bit about her thought process and putting some of them costumes together, because you know Mama Tina used to put some crazy stuff on our girls. But it's all interesting. And so I look forward to hearing her perspective and hearing her talk about what that was like being mommy in all of that. The Matriarch. Mama Tina's book comes out on April 22nd. Now, this might be my most anticipated book of the year, and that is Kennedy Ryan's third installment of the Skyland series, which is Hendrix's book, Can't Get Enough. Okay. What was it? What was the last one? This Could Be Us. Whatever the last one was, I loved. And I was able to get an early copy of that. I'm still scouring to try and get an early copy of this one. If I can, I will. You know I'm going to. I'm going to try my hardest. But Can't Get Enough is probably what I am most ready for this year. I need that book. I need it right now, matter of fact. So, Miss Ryan, if you're listening, holla at me. I'm I'm so excited to read this. Hendrix has been my favorite character in this whole Skyland series because she seems to be the most real, the most honest, the most youthful. And so I'm eager to see how her life comes to fruition and what that looks like. And so that book is coming out on May 13th. I have a video on this channel kind of asking whether or not TJR is problematic. And TJR is Taylor Jenkins Reid. But one thing about TJR is she know how to write a book. Like, you could feel however you want to feel about her, but that baby knows how to put pen to paper, and she does it very well. And so I'm excited to read her upcoming book, Atmosphere. No idea what it's about, no idea what it's even saying, but it's TJR, and I'm going to read it because she knows how to write a book. Okay, so Atmosphere comes out on June 3rd. I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to read it. Lastly, I am eager to read this book because I recently read a book by Lisa Jewell this year, or excuse me, 2024, or maybe it was 2023. And whatever the case is, I recently read a book by Lisa Jewell, None of Us Know, or something. I forget the title of the book, but it's this book. And I loved it. And I liked her writing style. I liked the way that she put little hints. The Easter eggs were in there. The way she kind of threw me off path when it comes to suspense thriller. That's the kind of stuff I'm like, I feed off of it. So Lisa has a book coming out in June 24th to be exact. And it's called Don't Let Him In, which already gives me like, this is going to be a good thriller vibes, right? Don't let him in. Don't let him in. And I'm excited to see what that even means. So these books only encompass really like the first half of the year. There's so many books that I'm sure are going to come out later this year, and I'm going to have to revisit this list. Hopefully I can get to all these because I'm really excited for them. And I hope that I also am able to deliver a review for each of these books. I know I made that promise in 2024 and I let y'all down so bad. Oh, I let y'all down so bad. But I plan to change that, okay? Because we're getting it together, y'all. I can only do so much. I hope to give you all of those. But as always, like I said, make sure you follow Candace with K Reads. That's where I post everything. Everything will be listed on there. Everything will be on that Instagram page because that's the hub, really. That's the real tea. And so with that, make sure you hit that follow button and I'll be sure to see you in my next video. Peace.